guys, so today we're going to be doing a carburetor clean. As you can see with my coveralls, we're going to be working. We're going to be doing a carburetor clean on the Briggs & Stratton 300 series lawnmower. So let's go check it out. So as you can see, this is a Briggs & Scrap Iron 300 series 140cc 148cc lawnmower. I'm going to guess it has a carburetor issue because everything else is good, but I'm also going to be testing if we have spark. So let's get to the tools you need. So these are the tools / parts you're going to need. So this is the wrench I'm going to have. You don't need this for the carburetor, but I'm going to use it to take off my spark plug down there. And if you wonder what size it is, it's a 13/16. Most of the spark plugs are. Some are smaller on the Hondas. But anyway, next, we have the socket set. Now, the only sockets you're really going to have to be worrying about is the 10 mil and the 13 mil, maybe the 12 mil, but those are the main two you need. You need these torch cleaner tips or welder cleaner tips to clean out your jet. That's what I use. It's the best. And then a way to dispose of your gas, because you want new gas in it. So, and this is my impact driver. It's a 1/4-inch impact driver adapted to a 3/8. That's what I mainly use because I do have a 3/8 Milwaukee impact, but that's way too torquey and I might snap bolts. So let's get to it. So we're going to be using the flathead screwdriver to take off this little air cleaner here, whatever. I'm really struggling. I don't know why they didn't just use a bolt. But I guess this is way easier to get into, like more optional stuff. So you take this off. The thing I'm really struggling on. Easiest part of the whole job. Jeez. Okay, that's good. So you take that off. Take the air filter. Holy cow, that's dirty. Okay, there. Then you have this dirty carburetor, and here's what you need to do to get it off. Let's go. So here's my 13 mil on the adapter. There's a bolt right there on your mower, and you're just going to want to fit this on there. Oh, I don't know which way I got it going on. Okay, there. Look at that, just like that. And I always like to keep my parts in a place somewhere that's not even the right part. Anyway, and especially on a glass table. You always want sharp metal objects to go on a glass table. So, that's the first bolt. Now, let's change out for the second. So, here's my 10. You want just the one up here. That's how simple it really is. Like, you just have to get that. Now we're getting into more complicated stuff. So, now, let's take this stuff off. So now that I took these two bolts out, you can see that my gas tank is wobbly. So the next thing you're going to want to do is the spring, this really dirty spring. I can't really get a good view because of my phone camera. I'm going to hold it like this, okay. You take that off, just keep that there for now, you don't need that. And then you're going to want to do this. Wiggle it till that thing comes off, I think. I think that's how you're supposed to do it, actually. Yeah, that's how I'm going to say. So this is a very dirty mower that you're not going to get to see much about. But, see this pole here? Yeah, that's for your carb. So you're going to want to twist it so the gas tank can come off with that. And now you have your gas tank and your carburetor. So here's me kind of safely pouring out the gas. Oh my gosh, I'm actually cooked. Honestly, man, that's not even that much gas. So, anyway, back to the video. So, I half-assed cleaned the gas tank so you guys get a better look here. And I also lied about what you're going to need. I forgot about one thing, so I'll show you that thing right now. I know I'm dumb, so rub it in all you want, but you're going to need a Phillips. And this is actually the most crucial part, because see these bolts that hold your carburetor down? There's usually 5, 2, 3. Yeah, well, that's how you get your carburetor off. So, let's get them off. So, after you carefully extracted all the bolts from the carburetor, you should be left looking like this. Now, this is a very careful moment here. You're going to want to take this carburetor off without wrecking your gasket, because then you're going to have to get a new gasket, and that's really hard, and these kits are usually about $50 for both, so just be careful, please. So you can see, luckily, my gasket right here stayed on, and this is your whole carburetor. Now this right here, sorry, extra fingers, this right here, it's not focusing. Okay, whatever. See that yellow stick right there? Yeah, well, that's where you pick up your fuel, and that's where you put it back. No, that's where you pick up your fuel. I don't even know, but I think I know how a carburetor works. So anyway, let's get to cleaning. So the first thing you want to do is take off this little cover here. Now, and also another thing I forgot in the start, it's optional, but I highly recommend it, is some brake clean. Now, I know Canada is kind of dumb, and they decided to make brake clean even worse because of the healthy emissions. But really, now it just makes you use 5 times as much. Anyway, after that rant, you want to see this, and obviously you're going to want to clean this out with brake clean. This is not the way to clean it out, but I'm just doing this so you guys kind of get an idea. Now, I know I'm going to get cancer by the time I'm 30, knock on glass, but look, my hands are already getting white and crusty from it, because, good brake clean, we made it healthier. No, you didn't. Anyway, so what I did with this thing here is I blew with brake clean, and then I blew with my mouth out, no homo, and now we're going to move on to cleaning the jet right here. So I picked the smallest thing on my tip cleaner or whatever, and you're going to have to put it in this hole, and then you basically go back and forth, make sure you see it from the top here, and just go through a couple times, spray brake clean, and then go through a couple more times, blow it, no homo, and then check if it's all good. So after you get everything half-assed cleaned, you put this back on, and you put it back on the tank carefully. And remember, the 3 holes are on this side. That's the side with 2. And just let me know in the comments. This, the stick here, the minion stick or whatever, I could not blow through with my mouth. It was really tiny hole or really bad. So I'm gonna guess that's the main issue, and that it probably won't work when I try to start it. But anyways, just let me know in the comments if it was easy or really hard for you to blow. No homo. So now I have all my 5 bolts ready to get put in, and I'm gonna just use my impact driver for this because it's way easier than a ratchet. And I used to do it by ratchet, but man, get yourselves an impact driver. Good. And yeah, basically I'm gonna have to hold the tank, but that's the concept. So now when you have everything put back together, wash the tank out with new gas. So after you wash the tank out with gas and put it in there, that's dyed gas, but I didn't use that. That's just from another mower. So anyway, once you get it all done, you put it back on. So the first thing you're going to want to do when you put it back on is this thing right here. See this thing? You want to put it on there first, and then the second thing you're going to want to do is put it up on this thing. Once you can kind of push it up there and kind of feel that it's snug, you're going to want to take first your 13 mil bolt, put it back through there. Just turn it in a little bit to keep it there, and then put that one in, and the 10 mil. So when you get that lined up, you just put it in. Oh, just snug. Then you're going to want to get your 10 mil. Oh yeah. Just give her all the way. That's cross-threaded, but that means it's good when it's cross-threaded, because that means your bolts in there are good. And good luck to the next person fixing this. So after that dumb inconvenience there, but she's all good now, you're going to see this tube here. That's from your crankcase, and it goes back into your carb. So you're going to want to put this rubber thing on that metal tube. So after a long struggle with that, it should look like this, and now it's time for the spring. So get your stretched spring here, and then I think what you're going to want to do is get that thing on there. See that little hole there? You're going to want this hook on it. So after your stretch spring got on there, you're going to want to hook it here. Now I really doubt this is going to work because of how stretched it is, and we're going to find out. Now this part is optional if your air filter is dirty. So you're going to want to take your life support air filter that just looked like he survived the Great Depression and spray it with brake clean or wash it in gas. We always work in a clean environment here. Engine might have a runaway even though it's a gas when I start this thing. So after you kind of just soaked your thing in brake clean, kind of looks better, you're going to want to plop her back in there. It's nice and soaking wet, so you know that keeps your engine cold when it's running. And put this thing back together. So after you pieced your air filter back together, you just kind of want to put it back like that. And then take your long ass bolt here. Plop it in there. I don't know why they make bolts that long, really. And then screw it in. Now after it's pieced together, you're going to wonder, diesel. You're smoking diesel. What would you do now? Well, I'll tell you what I'd do. Quickly take a couple Advils because this whole thing has been a headache. So after that, I'll show you what to do. Okay, so now you're going to want to pour clean, fresh gas you found out of an old truck and plop it in that mower best you can. So then, what you're going to want to do is pull this thing off right here, spark plug cap, and we're going to go check if we have spark. Take this 3/16 wrench, plop it on there. Yeah! Ooh. See how strong I am? Look at that. There, we broke it free. So, I tested if we had spark. I couldn't really show that on camera because it's just one guy. And we had spark. For sure. Actually, decent spark. So, now, as you guys have all been waiting with yourselves also, so we're going to see if this pile of Briggs and scrap iron runs. So, I'm going to put this right here and hope for the best. So, as you can see, I have my mower has not been ran. You can touch the exhaust and everything and whatever. The engine's not bad. And we're actually going to see if this thing runs. So this primer wasn't priming any fuel last time, so let's see if we can hear it. Hear that? Hold on, this primer valve is kind of slow to get back. You can hear that. So it's actually pumping fuel now. So that's actually one good sign already. So let's pop that. So it's about 3 primes you're going to need. Maybe a little more since it's an old engine. And what I personally like to do is check if you have oil in it. So I'm going to quickly pop this thing back open so we don't seize our engine if there's no oil. And when you pop your engine to see if there's oil, there is going to be... Well, in my engine, there's oil, and that is blacker than midnight. You can see that. So that's gonna need a change maybe soon. So I'll change it before I sell this thing. So let's give it one good prime for good luck. So let's go check if it starts. First pull, here we go. Let's see, first pull. That's pretty good. Wow, that was absolutely amazing. So Liam's, or not Liam's, but Smoking Diesel's whole thing here, and carb cleaning at a dirty table, and all this safe, clean environment actually worked. So start first pull too. So that's actually amazing. So if you did all the steps, and hopefully I did it right, you guys should start first pull too. So that's about it for the lawnmower cleaning, and see you in the next one.